Let's go through some real use cases of how our customers can get value out of this great technology.
Right. One of the first use cases is really about edge compute. So data pre-processing or just running cloud-managed compute at the edge. So as you mentioned earlier, there's lots of things generating lots of data outside the cloud right now, and there's limited network bandwidth and that latency that I talked about. So you need to do some processing of that data before you transfer it to the cloud.
Are you going to show us the demo on how this capability can work?
We do have a demo here. And so I have a short video, it's about 2 minutes, of one of the entrances to the garage in one of the buildings here at Microsoft. And it was filmed at 8 a.m., so there's not a lot of cars coming in because most of our engineers don't get up that early. And so you can see one went by, there's a couple other cars that go by in the 2 minutes, but there's lots of empty driveway. Now, if I had lots of bandwidth, I could just copy that to the cloud and let it be processed.
So in this scenario, without doing anything, you basically end up with a very, very large video file of a camera feed that is running 24/7, and then you're trying to apply intelligence to save and detect which frames has cars and which doesn't.
Right. What are the interesting parts of the video rather than uploading all of that to the cloud? And this is one camera from one entrance. There's multiple entrances in every building, and you can imagine
which ends up again multiplying so many files by that much data.
Exactly. So what we're going to do is we're going to use Azure ML to process this locally at the edge. So the way Databox Edge works for compute is there's an input share where your data comes into, and then there's a notification sent into IoT Edge, which is where your containers run, to tell your containers that new files arrived and it should be processed. And what we'll see here is on my output share, I now have a car folder and an other folder.
So if you go into the car folder, we'll see a bunch of frames with cars.
Right, we have 7 frames, each with a car in them. And so we've detected the 7 interesting bits out of that 2-minute video by processing that video to pull out 1 frame per second and then running Azure ML on it on the FPGA and the Databox Edge.
And this can be applied in many fields, correct? It can be applied for safety, for security.
Exactly. And so for the purposes of the demo, we also created the other folder. And so you can see I have 114 frames here that are just empty driveways, and there's no need for me to upload all that data to the cloud. So I found the interesting pieces of data so I can optimize the amount of data I'm uploading to the cloud to match my bandwidth.
This is a great demo. Now you can have multiple cameras and multiple feeds as well. So it's not just one. You can multiply this by as many cameras as you have.
Depending on the camera resolution and what ML models you're using to process it, you can have multiple cameras hooked up to your Databox Edge.